So today I want to take you with me as I do a little bit of spot fret leveling on this guitar, and hopefully that'll lead me to finally doing some fret dressing on this one. Because I have done some fret leveling on it, but I never kind of fixed the frets, so they're kind of cut off and they're flat, and you want them round. Now, since I haven't done the fret leveling yet, that gives, or since I haven't done the crowning yet, that gives me an opportunity to make some final small adjustments. And for this job, I have this fret rocker, which is a classic tool to identify a bad fret. I'm also gonna mark out some frets with this pen. First of all, just to give you an impression, again, it's not really super bad. It's a pretty cool action here. But there are some spots. There. I don't think, I'm not sure I'm gonna be able to fix this one, we'll see. You can hear the string dies there, and of course you can always raise the string action, but if that's avoidable, that's preferable. Same thing here, 11th fret. So we have an issue on the 11th fret and the 17th fret. A little bit noisy here as well. But we're gonna go through, I think, the whole upper region and just see what we can find. Becomes a cat's meal. Yeah, true. That's what happens when I bend. Okay, so let's grab the fret rocker here. See what we have. Okay, so here we have some. It's just super tiny, but it's still something, and it's kind of easy to fix once you've identified one. I've recently got myself a new toolkit, which has like a safe filing option, so I can be sure I won't be filing the fret down more than its neighbors. So it allows me to do more precision work. This is the file I'm speaking about. Wait, let me see if I can show you that. So you can see here, it only has diamonds in the middle. So these two are gonna rest on the frets, on the two frets on the side. So basically I can make sure that the one I'm filing down never gets lower than the two neighboring frets, which is awesome. Lee, beautiful day, thank you. I have a bass that does the same thing, so I'm keen to see what you're about to do and if I can emulate it. Awesome, awesome, yeah. And I mean, again, this is not very bad. I mean, some guitars obviously have frets that make lots of noise, even if you don't bend them. And that's not the case with this one, or maybe a little bit up here, but it wasn't bad. But still, I mean, for every, oh, there's another one. For every, this is actually a little bit more. Let's see now, I have this cool tool that allows me to check the level, and I think this might be, this could be the worst one so far. So if I can get this one under, yeah, I can get it under. So here's actually, this is more problematic than I thought. Okay. So let me just mark this one and I'll explain what I just did there. So I have this fret gauge. It's also by MusicNomad. I'm not sponsored. I just bought a toolkit from them. This is super thin. It's 0.04 millimeters. And basically what that does, it allows me to check with a fret rocker. If I can find 3 frets where there's rocking happening, and I can put this one under one of the frets, then it's time to start fret leveling. And so far the ones I found haven't really been that bad, but I just found one that is pretty bad here. So this is great. This is probably going to give me a noticeable improvement, which is really what I'm after. So I'm just checking to see if it's throughout the whole fret, and it seems to be in the lower region here. I often find that problems arise where the neck meets the body. I think that's pretty common. Okay, so it's like from, let's say, from the G string all the way down to the E string is where it's giving me issues. Again, as my save file is going to allow me to try the whole fret without worrying, but it's still good to know, or it doesn't hurt to, you know, show you exactly where the area is. And I'm just using this permanent marker pen to know what I'm doing. Hey, lots of people here, awesome. Mas, what's up? Hi you, what's up? Easy VCLS, Chris is the GOAT, thank you, man. Okay, greatest of all times, can't believe it, man, you're too kind. Okay, here's a little bit of rocking happening. It's not much, but now, of course, if there's the rocking happening on areas that are very close to each other, we might get more rocking when we start filing, I guess. But the option is to use like a large fret level tool and like level a fall away. But I've already done a little bit of that, so I was hoping not having to redo that. And by the way, if you guys are wondering why this happens, it's kind of hard to avoid because the wood is moving. It's a living, I'm sure you heard that, it's a living material. And since we're speaking about millimeters, a little millimeter movement can really change stuff. It's only natural for this to happen, actually. Okay, guys, so if you just joined, I'm trying to find the bad frets here, and I'm going to level them down a little bit. And I've already found quite a few. Okay, now I had to take another side on this fret rocker because obviously the distance between the frets increases the further down I go. Okay, here we have one. Again, you can't really see this, but what I feel is that my tool, my fret rocking tool, is rocking back and forth just a little bit, and that tells me that the fret in the middle is a bit too high. Okay, here's a little bit as well. So again, when you find adjacent frets, it's a little bit hard to know exactly who is the worst. So that probably means I'm going to have to do some more fret rocking even when I've started doing the filing. And I think we only have like maybe maximum 10 minutes left. I found another spot here before I can start filing. So because I've already done the whole upper octave, so from 24 frets to 12 frets. Hey there, Ronaldo. Okay. So, oh, there's a little bit as well. So the idea is for me to do some filing now, and then I can check right away if there's been an improvement. So you're going to see that. And once I determine there's nothing more I can do in terms of filing, then what I'll do is start dressing or crowning the frets. Because when you file on a fret, it becomes flat, right? And flat frets are not very fun to play with. A beautifully rounded fret with which is also polished, that's basically the feel of a, like a high-end guitar. And if you learn to do this stuff on your own, basically means you can take a cheap guitar and turn it into a cool guitar, or into a cooler guitar at least. Okay, I'm done now, and I'm gonna grab my tool, which I put somewhere and I can't find it. Oh, there it is. So here it is, the magic little diamond tool, and it's called a U-file, and this is the company who does it who's given that name, obviously, but it has a safety feature so that I'm gonna be filing the fret I'm targeting in the middle here with the diamonds, and the other sides where there are no diamonds, so no filing will be happening, on those sides they'll just be resting on the neighboring frets, and that allows me to be sure that I'm not filing the fret too far down. And just to remind you, if you happen to file a fret too far down, you're in trouble because you're gonna have to replace that fret, or you're gonna have to lower all the other ones. So that's really what we want to avoid. Okay, so I'm going to start up here. Maybe I should move the camera closer. Is that even possible? Yeah, I think it is. So you can see what the heck I'm doing. It's more fun. Nice. Okay. So this will work, I think. Or, silly me, I could have been a little smarter, but who says I was smart? No one. And I'm proving it on a daily basis that I'm not that smart. Let's redo this. Oh, man. Okay. Now the issue is I cannot see what you are seeing. So let me just see. Oh, orientation is locked. Rotate. Well, I haven't rotated the device. Screw you, YouTube. Okay, YouTube really didn't like me rotating this one. Okay. Yeah, that'll do. Hopefully you can see this better. Oh! And it just fell, damn it. Let me get a weight here. Okay, that'll do. I won't be able to see your comments very well now, but I'm gonna show you the filing here. So, if you can see that this fret is actually a little bit black, and all the frets that are black, I'm gonna be filing them, and that'll hopefully give me more even, a more even fretboard. Now, as you can tell, I'm doing this with the strings on, which is of course a major advantage because it allows me to check right away when I'm done if the buzz I was hearing in the beginning of the video, if it's gone. Now, there might be some other noises because, as I was saying, flat frets are not very fun to play with. And that's why you want to do some polishing and crowning after, or crowning and polishing. But as you can see, lots of the black color is now gone, which simply means that I've filed it down. And if I wanted to have total control here, I could use the marker pen once more. Oops. Ooh. Have to be careful, not apply it on the wrong fret. Okay, that's good. I'm almost done now, it seems. Yep, I'm done. So I have to be careful, of course, not to do it on the neighboring fret, but I think I'm okay there. And again, I will need to polish these frets or crown them anyway. So, as long as I keep the target fret within these arrows, I will be fine. Okay, so let's do the other black one. And we can try right away with the fret rocker. And yes, it's it's rock solid here, for sure. almost rock solid here. I could do just a little bit more. Yeah. Let's try one more. Yeah, it's solid. Okay, so fret number 23 is now fixed. Of course, it's flat and it's ugly, but at least it's leveled. Cool. Okay, so let's do the same now with the next fret. The guitar is playing for me. I think it likes this. It knows that better times are coming. Okay, so these were the frets that were barely rocking, so I don't expect this to take much time. But we had one fret that was actually a bit worse, so hopefully that'll be interesting to play the guitar, because we found one that is probably the main culprit, I would think, for the noises I've been hearing. We'll see. Or for the muted bends. Okay, I think we're done with this one. Okay, and it's this fret, so let's see now what happens. If I remember correctly, I think it's this one. Nothing happens here. Nothing happens here either. Weird. Wasn't it this fret? Yeah, absolutely nothing happens. Weird. Okay, back to the fret rocker. Yeah, well, it's fine. So this was not serious at all then. I just lightly touched it. I barely removed the marker pen color. So maybe it was this one that was problematic then. And now I have to shift up to the next size. Okay, right? Because again, the distance between the frets increases. Okay, here there's something happening great. I'm removing some fret now. It's good. Okay, here there's something happening. So this is probably the fret that was a bit worse, because now I can really feel that I'm removing some fret. Oh yes. I don't know if you're shaking as well with me. Your sympathy shaking, the whole phone is shaking. Okay. Very cool. So I just have 2 frets left, and then we'll be able to try it and see if there's any noticeable difference. Okay, so only fret 12 and 10 or something left. Yes, and I'm removing some fret here as well. You're gonna clearly be able to see that. Because the black from the marker pen is gone. And finally we have, this is the last fret. Ooh, now we're removing some fret. This must have been a high one. Or some fret wire, I should say. Removing some fret wire. The fret is still there, but we're basically filing down on the fret wire. And I think we did a pretty good job. Yeah, and we're almost done now. So we're gonna check if there's an improvement. Yep, we're done. First, I'm just gonna quickly check. Yeah, it's much better. Awesome. Yes, much better. This one is still rocking a little bit. In spite of me, I wasn't really able to get down to this one. This is a strange one. I mean, it is clearly rocking a little bit, but the U file doesn't want to. I guess that's the reason why you don't want to be doing this if the fret is not rocking a whole lot. Okay, I guess that'll be good for now. So let's play this thing. Hello. I'm gonna back it off a little bit. So Howard, I'm using a fret file to remove the fret wire. Oh, my video cannot be shared with WhatsApp, Felice. How do I do that? Interesting. Okay, let's try now. Oh, didn't I say the 11th fret was a problem? It's better. Yeah, it's better. 17, or was it 12th fret? No. I sold the 11th fret, I think, and the 17th fret. I sold both. Hallelujah. Very good. So now, because we solved it, I'm gonna take you with me and we're gonna do some fret crowning here. I mean, it's not perfect. You can hear that the string the tone gets a little bit messed up, but at least it doesn't die. Very cool. Very good. I'm happy. This is pretty cool. So, what I'm gonna do now is remove the strings, and I'm gonna get working with this tool, which is a S file or a save file. And yeah, once done, I will start polishing the frets with sandpaper, different grids. So that'll be fun. There'll be a lot of shaking though, so I'm not sure how the phone is gonna cope with that. Hopefully it'll be okay. Okay, so drill, baby, drill. Is that a thing? Anyhow, let's remove these. Yep, 2 strings gone. Let's keep on going. We have 4 more to go. So I'm really happy I got this drill bit for a regular drill thing. I really time saver when you do guitar maintenance work. You know, you constantly have to move the strings or move them on and off, and you have to, or just loosen the tension when you're working with the tremolo system, whatever. It's very handy. But now all strings are gone. Hallelujah! I'm gonna charge this one a bit more. I'm sure we'll be needing it. And yes. Okay, so now this file also has a safety system. So in other words, the file is rounded to follow the fret curvature, the fret wire curvature, but in the middle there are no diamonds. So in other words, no filing is being done in the middle. So you're going to be filing down the sides of the fret until the center of the fret reaches the middle part here. And that's when you're sort of going to feel that you're not filing anymore. But before we can do that, we have a wide side and we have a narrow medium side. So I'm going to be using the provided fret gauge tool to determine if I have wide or narrow frets. I'm pretty sure I have wide frets here, yeah. So this tool basically, if I'm able to push it down so that the plastic touches the fretboard, then that means I have narrow frets, but it doesn't really touch. So I have wide frets, which is what I suspected. And now begins the fun, kinda. It's actually a bit tedious. Is that a word? But let's try it. Wide. Now what I'm gonna do is try to protect the pickups from sucking all this metal dust into their magnets. And I should probably also put the guitar down like that, I think. Strain the head a little bit less. And now I'm gonna try to file to my best ability in like a circular, or try to even it out a bit circular. Of course, I would guess it's pretty flat up here. Not sure it matters that much because I have the safety thing, but it just makes sense to not, to kind of disperse the movements a little bit and not just apply it to one corner. Interesting. Yep, it's definitely rounder. I'm not sure I need to protect the fretboard because the fretboard isn't lacquered or anything like that, and this file doesn't have diamonds on the outer edges, so I can pretty much do this on the wood. As you can tell, it doesn't have any effect, you know, it doesn't leave any marks. So I don't really feel that it's needed. It's gonna get dirty, but that's solvable. Again, this file is just loaded with safety precautions. Again, if I file on the wood, nothing happens. You know, I'm filing the wood now, and that's because the outer edges does not have any filing ability. And if you're wondering why I'm all of a sudden doing this on all frets, while I only spot leveled a few frets, and that's because I have previously fret leveled the whole guitar with a long tool. but I didn't bother doing the fret crowning. So the whole guitar needs fret crowning, which is a bigger job, of course. I'm just on the first fret or the last fret now. Nice. So, in case you're wondering what this does, is it only removes the side of the fret wire to create curvature. So the highest spot on each fret is obviously gonna remain untouched, and that's a necessity. Otherwise, the whole fret leveling procedure is pretty much useless, or is out. I can't find the word, but I've done it backwards. I just the effect of that is gone. And with a regular fret file tool, you would constantly run a risk of filing down the fret too much, and that's a major problem again, because you have to replace the fret or just level all the other frets. So that's a nightmare scenario, and that's precisely the reason why I've never done this with the traditional tool, because I didn't consider myself experienced enough to not mess up everything. But I think I'll be doing okay now, hopefully. Do you know how to play that thing or what? I'm not sure. That's up to you. Decide. What are we doing, buddy? Cake make. We're crowning the frets now after having spot fret level. Of course, I'm always a bit worried when doing this. So, but you can check with the fret rocker that you're not filing it down too much. Discovering that up here is much less bad than discover it down here. Because if you discover it down here, that's okay. You can usually compensate that with a fall away, which is a great way to increase to improve string action. But if you're filing frets down here too low, you're screwed. But again, this shouldn't be a problem here. And like I just did there, I measured with a fret rocker and all seemed fine. So I'll keep on going, although I have to admit, I'm a little bit nervous. So like I said, I have never attempted this before, getting this safety tool that's protecting me from overfiling. So I have a brush here. Question is, do I dare use it here? Okay, so I'm beginning to see a line here, and that's the line that is basically going to stop you from overdoing this, but I have to check. Yeah, it's looking good. I've done this quite a few times already, and I'm equally nervous every time, but it works, it works. I'm not filing down any of the frets too much. Okay, now I can really feel that I'm sliding, which means the file is no longer having an effect. I'm just trying the frets, comparing it with the one I just did. Yep, we're good. Very cool. So the top 3 frets are now crowned. The only thing that remains on these 3 is the polishing, but we have a whole bunch of frets left to go. Do know how to play that? Oh, sorry, just read that. So if you guys want me to play this thing, you should go check out my other videos. Obviously, I have tons of shorts where I play this thing. This is an instrument crystal. It's an electric guitar, but it's sleeping. It's having a nap. Just kidding. I'm protecting it with this towel, so there isn't lots of that metal dust going into it. Metal Dust. That's a pretty cool name. Pretty cool name for an album, by the way. Oh, and it's sliding. Have to check. So freaking nervous about this. But it's working. It's working perfectly. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Just imagine the nightmare of filing down the fret too much. So again, I cannot imagine doing this with a tool that doesn't have this safety precaution. But I wouldn't mind advancing a bit quicker, but that's not really possible. You have to take your time and do it as good as possible and as accurately as possible. Again, you don't really run a risk of over-filing, but I guess you could mess up things in other ways as well. You could also somehow maybe ruin the seating of a fret. I wouldn't like that either, because I don't know how to put one back. I've never done that. I've never installed a new fret. Yeah, it's still working. Still nervous as hell, but it's working all the time. I should probably give up being nervous now, but I guess it's a personality trait or something. It's still working, and I'm still nervous. Oh, man. I think it's getting warm here, so I need to open the window just a second. Put on the cooler as well. Yeah. So this is nothing for the faint-hearted. I'm scared of slipping off the fret and scratching my neck, so I just don't file my frets. Yeah, I got the question about that as well, but this file doesn't have any edges that are contain diamonds. So can you see what I'm doing now? I'm actually filing the wood, which is insane, right? But it doesn't leave a scratch. So this tool has safety precautions. But it's correct. If you have a traditional tool, it's very easy to scratch up the wood. So this is MusicNomad's safety file, or S file. Hey there, Dr. Ease, what's up? Just to check that I'm not messing everything up. And it's still good. So nervous. But it works. Every time it works. I guess just imagine the disaster if the company advertised this as a safety file where you cannot overfile, and then that wasn't true. Everybody would ruin their guitars immediately. Oh man. But I'm still scared as hell because I've been playing for decades and I've been maintaining my guitar for, well, at least 10, 15 years. And I've never done this because I'm so scared of overfiling. I'm not that scared of, messing up the fretboard. Not that I think I will be doing it now, but that hasn't been a concern for me with an ugly fretboard. But messing up the frets, yes, the fret wire, because then you can't really play the instrument anymore. I just think a bit of ruined fretboard is just rock and roll, but a messed up fret file is not good. Am I still in a rehab? I don't think I ever was. Morning, giving a bit of love. That's true, Carl. How you doing, man? You see, there I slipped, and there's nothing. I slipped, and there's nothing on the wood. So this is good stuff. The world is shaking. How do you know when it's level? I don't. The tool knows because there are no diamonds in the middle here. So when I file down the edges of the fret wire and it's rounded, there will be no filing happening anymore. So his neck in half. Yeah, I have. Oh, you done it as well, Carl. That's awesome. I would be crushed if I scratched my Tree of Life inlay. Yeah, I see what you mean. But as I said, I did a slip there and there was nothing. Or, I mean, there was a little mark and I could remove it with my finger. I mean, the wood wasn't hurt. It was just a little bit of dirt from the file dust. Salvo, I do this because I've fret leveled this guitar, the whole guitar. I did that like 2 years ago or something, I don't know, 4 years ago. But I never got to crowning it. And now I've fixed some individual frets. So I leveled individual frets. And now I thought that finally I'm gonna do the crowning procedure and I'm gonna do the polishing. But I haven't even done half of the fret wire, so I still have some work to do. So yeah, I'm still nervous as hell. This won't work, but I shouldn't be because I've tried it a bunch of times now and it always works, but I'm still nervous. Oh, I slid again. Let's try it. Yes, no marks. Again, just a little bit of dirt from the file, but I can remove that with my fingertips, so it's not bad. Fretless with a fretted appearance. Ooh, I like it. Hey, brother, you're a Turk and you don't understand what you're saying. I think you can get subtitles in the live stream, can't you? Do you know? You know it's nice and level when you hit the wood. Yes, the tool is awesome. So maybe I can put you on the other table here. I'll see if that... There, I managed to almost destroy something. Okay, are we alive? So let's see if things are shaking less now. Is it better shaking? You can just do this. So I'm just crowning the files now after having fret leveled. And this is the process where you make sure all the frets are leveled so that you can lower your string action. And once they're leveled, you want to take care of them so they are rounded and smooth, as that not only improves tone and playability, but it also has a really nice kind of high-end guitar feeling. So I'm doing fret maintenance basically. I'm not trying to saw my guitar in two, although someone suggested that. And I slid again, and it's perfectly fine, no mark. So I think I'm soon at 12, fret 12, which means I've done half of the work. Yeah. Panama! Woohoo! The fret file is MusicNomad, and it's called S file. And it's working every freaking time. I'm so happy I'm not ruining this guitar. Oh, you have a solar guitar as well, John? John? Romelo? A lot of guitars come through my home shop. I hate doing frets. Maybe I was sub out my work to you. Haha, no. No one should ever hire me for fret leveling or any loosening work. I only do it for my own guitars. I'm not skilled enough to mess up someone else's instruments, but I know where my limits are in terms of how much damage I can accept to a guitar to increase its playability. But I also want to spend, as little time as possible doing this stuff, which is why I actually accepted playing on this guitar with all the frets leveled, but on crown, so totally flat frets. I could accept that because I could still get the playability I wanted out of the instruments. I've recorded countless of videos and probably got millions of views just with this guitar. So it worked, but if I can invest 1 or 2 hours and get it like, crowned and polished and with a super nice feel, I'll take it anytime, So these frets seems to be relatively untouched by the leveling, because I noticed it was this procedure was much easier. So that's just the way it go when you level a guitar. Some frets are going to be affected and some aren't, and the ones that haven't been that affected obviously won't need as much crowning because they're pretty round already, right? Okay, I slid, and again, it's a little bit dirty, but absolutely no mark on the wood. We have to consider that this file is, of course, covered with fret dust or metal dust now. So it's going to be a little bit dirty, but there's absolutely no harm on the wood. Good luck, brother. Keep up the good work. Will do. Thank you, man. So Vintage, are you doing guitar for Vintage Icon? Is that what you're doing? I should get sponsored. Yeah, I should. But I paid my hard-earned money for this kit. I hope, I think, I'm pretty sure I'll get that money back in terms of not having to take my guitars to any luthier for maintenance. So now I'm at fret number 10, I think. So I've done more than half now. It's a very good feeling. And I slid again, but we're okay. See what you guys are saying. Yeah, I think it's made in Indonesia. That's correct. Thank you, Casey Jones. Get commission from link sales. Yeah, that's a good idea. Maybe I should investigate that. I just bought a fret sander, but I'm not really sure if I want to try and learn on my own. I have Jackson guitar and I want to mess up. I'm not sure what a fret sander is. This tool has a safety guard, so you cannot overfile. Without that, I would never dare do this. So, because I'm not a super skilled luthier, I just need to be able to maintain my growing fleet of guitars. Okay, it's going faster now. Again, these frets were probably not as affected by the leveling procedure, so they were probably already pretty round and crowned, which means less crown filing is necessary. I think it's the frets furthest up that were the most effective. Hey, this is going quicker than anticipated now. I like it. I'm also getting a bit tired in the arm now. These frets don't need as much work. So when I'm done with this, I'm gonna get a vacuum cleaner just to get up the metal dust, and then I will be polishing, and we'll see if I get to do that in this live stream or how tired I am once done. Because that's the polishing procedure involves the same movement, but not it's not as physically demanding. Should I bring you a bit closer, perhaps? It's more fun for you to see if you're close. Yeah, let's do that. Yeah, you get to see a big Chris, and you also get to see a close-up here. And there I slid again. I slipped, and there's nothing. It's cool, the fret wire is really warm. The file isn't that warm, but it's bigger, so I guess warmth is distributed in the whole thing, but this is getting very hot. Pretty cool. So I only have 4 frets left now, so we've done a good job, I think. I have to go now. Have a good one, Dr. Reese. Our puppy peed on the couch. Have a good one. Oh, poor you. I bet the puppy had a good time peeing on your couch, though. Washburn Stratocaster. That sounds like fun. I was very proud of his work. Animals are so much fun. Looking good. I think I'm going to show you a close-up soon so you can see work done. Oops, slit again, and there's nothing. Whew, getting tired now. Ow, and it's hot. I burnt myself. It's really hot. I wonder if that heat is enough for the glue to somehow get affected. Maybe I'm too hot for this. Okay, last fret now. I wonder if this is even needed. First fret. It came pretty good from factory, but let's try it. Yeah, nothing really happening there. I think there was already good crowning done on that one. Okay, so I guess we're good to go now. I'm gonna get myself a vacuum cleaner. I haven't played guitar since a few years. What a refreshing thing to see a guitar luthier on a live stream in 2025. Anyways, gave my guitar luthier a hard time with costume Jeff Beck went by. I'm not a luthier though, so don't ever hand me a guitar for fixing. I'm just trying to fix my own guitars, but thanks a lot. So now I'll get the vacuum cleaner. To be honest with you, I'm not really sure what is the best way of getting rid of this metal particles here. I think if you wanted to scratch your fretboard, doing stuff with this is a good idea. I don't want to do that, so I'll bring a vacuum cleaner. I think that'll allow me to get rid of this. There's a little bit of glue here still because I had a LED system installed on this guitar that basically allowed me to highlight some frets, and that had to be glued on. So I could, I guess, spend some more time trying to remove the glue, but it's so just next to the fret wire, it doesn't really bother me. Okay, pretty much all gone soon. Try to clean this area because it's not fun to have a dirty desk. And that metal dust is all over the freaking place. Okay, so the reason I'm doing this is because I want to show you a close-up of what I've done so far. And I think it's looking pretty damn good, but we'll see what you say. Now, again, I want to remind you that I haven't done any polishing yet. This is just the very, very raw fret leveling. Can I zoom in here? I'm not sure this can do that to the screen, but oops. Let's do that. So anyhow, here we are. It looks good to me. So the surface is still very rough. You see the filing traces of the diamonds, obviously, but that'll easily be solved with some sandpapering. And again, I'll be using one of the tools that came with this toolkit, and it has like 4 different grits. So you start with number 1. This is the last one. It's number 4. And you basically polish your way to a shiny looking fretboard, the shiny fret wire. So, I mean, since you guys seem to appreciate this, I think what I'll do is I'll live stream that as well. But I'm probably going to take a little break because, let's face it, I'm on the wrong side of 40 and my body could break by doing this too much. Yeah, I think it's going to be fun, and I think I'm going to have a very, very playable guitar. Because if you've been around since the beginning of the video, you know that I was able to identify some spots that were still giving me very slight issues when bending. And I think that had to do with the wood moving, because when I leveled the whole fretboard, that was several years ago, I don't remember there being any such spots. But as you know, wood is a living material, and especially in the first years of an instrument, there's going to be movement. So it's only natural to do a little bit of this after a while. And this is a super playable instrument, so I can't imagine how it will be once I'm done. I can only imagine it will be better, but not how much better. Okay, guys, so maybe I'll do the next live stream this afternoon, since this one went so well and you guys seem to appreciate it. And so you can see the whole process with the polishing as well. So again, I've done some fret leveling. Now I did the crowning, and the last step is polishing, and then just put the strings on and try the actual instrument and shred away. So thanks so much for tuning in. Have a good one, and I'll see you soon. Cheers. Oh, and I've been Christopher Dahl, and you've been wonderful.